Today, from Soldier Field in Chicago, it's Week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports.
So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. Now a late signee let go by Minnesota in June. It's Dalvin Cook. That's some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Cash. There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 14 yards in a Chicago first down. A give to Cook out of the gun. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd down and 9. A throw over the middle, taken in. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 45-yard line. A nice pickup there, 10 yards. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pickup there, 21 yards. This is shaping up to be a really nice-looking drive to get the season underway here.
And how long do you think that they actually have been plotting this drive? I'm talking about the coaching staff, right? They've been thinking about this for a while now, and I think they're executing it even better than what they expected.
On 1st and 10, Cash. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Off the play fake. Cash targeting Moore, and he's got him on the crossing pattern. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
First and goal, a good chance for our first touchdown of the new season. They'll look to throw again. Touchdown! Cole Kmet from 6 yards away. And the Bears are on the board here first in the season opener. Excellent start there. First drive of the season. Big-time success putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you got game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job of execution by them.
Their quarterback in this offense heading back out to the field. He had the touchdown pass on their previous drive, and they'll search for another score as they begin here with a 1st and 10. They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Looking to throw. Cash. Over the middle, complete. It's Moore. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The end result, 21 yards.
someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive, he comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Operating from the gun, Cash. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. Had the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on the skill position, guys. But those big fellas up front, they're really making this offense go early in the game.
Aguilar in motion left. Now a play fake here on first down. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Robert Quinn in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint, as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. Back in Chicago, ready for the sack. Touchdown, Bears! Cole Kmet, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Bears go up by 2 touchdowns. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
Their quarterback leading this offense back out. He's got 2 touchdown passes on his first 2 drives, and he'll try again here on drive 3. Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. Only able to gain a couple there, and it's second down. Back to throw. Cash, and that is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards to play.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on third down that they would be looking his way, and they did for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep with the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball in his hands.
19 yards there on the catch and run.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
This offense in midseason form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. Back to throw again. And this will be caught by Mooney. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. 2nd down and 4. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he slings one that's incomplete.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple.
On 1st down, Cash. Complete on the quick throw to Moore. Touchdown! DJ Moore. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Bears are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Well, just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning a perfect game in baseball? Or are we cool to do it here in football, partner?
No, I think you can do it here in football. I think perfect game in baseball, that's its own category.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Could not imagine a...
Out is their quarterback with this offense to take over once more. He had the touchdown pass on the last drive, his 3rd already in this first half, as he'll try again with a 1st down. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. Oh, look at the catch there by Moore. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Looking to throw. Cash. That's complete to Mooney. And Mooney going to have a Bears 1st down as he's up to the 18.
Mooney had a hair under 500 yards last season and only 2 touchdowns. But the year before, 1,000-yard season. 2023, a big year for his future with the franchise.
And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now. Here's 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Nearly intercepted. The free safety couldn't quite get his hands around it, and it brings up 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to. That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And how about the starts? Throwing to start the drive. Cash. That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be second down. And pass complete to Moore. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down. Back to throw. Cash. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's brought down. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. It looks like we'll have to wait another week to get our first halftime report of the season as we move right along to the second half. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. And one of the things we like to hit on every year are the new rule changes. So we got a few for 2023. A lot are procedural, having to do with deadlines and roster construction and such. But 2 kind of caught my eye, Charles. One is the option to fair catch a kickoff and have it come out to the 25 like it does in college. You like that?
I don't. I don't like it at all. I don't like it in college. I don't like it in the NFL. I want to have something different. And I really wanted the special teams coaches to be a little bit more involved. But I do understand why the league is doing it. They believe it promotes safety, and it's hard to argue against that.
What about, this is the other one, guys can now wear the number 0. We've already seen some make the switch, Calvin Ridley, DeAndre Swift, Braxton Berrios, amongst others.
Yeah, and you know something? When you see those guys make that move, I don't mind that at all right? A little more expressionism for these guys. I love it. I just think we didn't go far enough. What about double 0, like Jim Otto used to wear or Kenny Burrow used to wear? Let's add that back to the end.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. Throwing to start the drive. Cash. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. 2nd and 10, third quarter of the season opener. Operating from the gun. Cash completes a Mooney on the slant. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Soldier Field. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. His throw incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. One incompletion, two incompletion. They're going for more.
And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 36. Give him 22 there on the third down conversion. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. Now this throw caught left side and all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. So a good catch there. I think I could see him making a lot of catches with this team. He fits well, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Anyone who can get downfield, as this guy can, and go up and catch the football, you just design plays built for him.
That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
Right there, he rose to the occasion late in a close game.
It's something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. Because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage to keep him from getting the football.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions of what was once a nice drive, stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to...
The Bears now ready to take over again. They get the crucial turnover, just huge, but now they've got the football deep. Throwing on 1st down. Cash. And off his back foot, he'll heave this one deep. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. Now a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Cash. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Pass taken in by his big tight end. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here. And there's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Here now, 2nd and 4. That one looks like he'll throw here. Going down the middle, and it's complete. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Looking to throw. Cash. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Quick slant, caught by Moore. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37, gain of 9.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Bears first. And that should be the capper.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. He found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1. As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the gun on 3rd down. Cash able to find the open man. That's complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 12-yard line. This was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for Chicago, it wasn't always pretty, but they do.
Ready, break! Today, from Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida, it's Week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports.
So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. On 1st and 10, Cash. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. That's some early fireworks on the first play from scrimmage.
The last fireworks I saw, July 4th, okay? Here they are celebrating the start of this game the exact same way. Explosive right out of the gate.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Back to throw. Cash. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. 2nd and 10. To throw again. Cash. A throw left side taken in by Kmet. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 27-yard line. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the 1st. On 1st down, Cash. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. From the 23, here's 2nd and 6. his big tight end over the middle. Touchdown, Bears! Cole Kmet, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Bears are on the board first here. Their quarterback in this offense heading back out to the field. He had the touchdown pass last time they had it. And they'll start here with a 1st and 10. Stiff-armed him. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that will bring up 2nd down. Looking to throw. Cash. And he'll go right back to Moore. Complete again. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
Moore was a huge part of the deal that Chicago made with Carolina, giving up the #1 overall pick in the draft. Averaging over 1,000 yards a season his first 5 years of his career, a tremendous playmaker, and he makes another catch here.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Now here's a throw that's complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 23 yards on the play.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Cash. And that'll be incomplete. There's no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this first quarter.
So that tells me defensively that they want to insist on going in that direction. Make sure you get your best.
And it's caught on the deflection. And this is going to be a touchdown. Well, he wasn't the guy they were initially going for, but after going through the progressions, it worked.
When you have plenty of people who can catch the football, you don't always have to go to your primary target, and sometimes that target is actually covered. Nice job coming off of that and getting it to someone who was open.
And the man out of the backfield gets in for the score. Their quarterback leading this offense back out. He's thrown a couple of touchdown passes already in this first quarter, and now looking for more as his guy. Throwing to start the drive. Cash over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 16 yards is the pickup there on a 1st down for Chicago. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Throwing on 1st down. Cash. That's to Moore, and he's got it. Touchdown, Bears. From 19 yards away. And the Bears have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. So this offensive unit, they were solid in the opening week victory, and now they are looking just as sharp here in week 2.
And that's exactly what you want, too, because you want to get better each and every week and really ramp up as the season goes on. I know it's still early in the season and a lot can happen, but this offense, they look like they're going to be fun to watch each and every time out.
Out is their quarterback with this offense to take over once more. He had 3 touchdown passes in the game last week. He's already got 3 here in the first half alone as his guys start 1st and 10.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Cash. Now a leaping catch, he's got it.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down. Looking to throw, Cash.
Locates Mooney on the out route.
And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
This 2nd and 4.
Back to throw. Cash.
Open man. He finds Komet. Touchdown, Chicago.
A great effort there. A beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And the Bears have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money, in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
Their quarterback in this offense heading back out to the field. He's been unstoppable in this first half. 4 touchdown passes on the ledger already. Closing in on the all-time record in the first half, by the way, which is 6 touchdown passes as this drive starts 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive. Cash throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back. Looking to throw. Cash.
He's got Tunyon complete over the middle.
The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point of attack block.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Nelson Aguilar, his first touchdown of the new season.
And the Bears are able to widen their lead here in in this first half.
There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early.
Their quarterback leading this offense back out. He's been utterly remarkable in this first half.
Throwing to start the drive. Cash. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early.
So pass interference, the call is so tough as a defender, I'd imagine, to time that up perfectly.
It certainly is difficult to get it exactly right because sometimes you're looking at getting there fractions of seconds too early. That one looked a little more obvious. Always a tough penalty to officiate. Just ask the basketball refs when they have to officiate block and charge.
And this one's incomplete.
And the defense almost got one there, partner.
That could have been his first pick. He's been good so far, but you're right, that was nearly a costly mistake.
Sometimes you get a little bit too confident when the game's going along as it has been for him.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Excellent play there on third down. Give them 25 yards.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. The secondary has been roasted in this first half, and they're going to measure revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You could say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down. Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Off play action. Cash. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And he'll take this down to the 33.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. And a nice run. They're going to take this close to the first down marker at the Bucs 25. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be third down at about the length of the football. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
46 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up.
Cook will score. Touchdown, Chicago.
Well, he'd been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And nobody... On 1st and 10, Cash. He's got the connection to Moore. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. From the 35, here's 2nd and a couple. Up the middle, it's Cook. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key 1st downs and big runs.
They go play action here on 1st down. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Off the play fake. Cash. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Cook up the gut. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 14. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Off play action. Cash. Whipping one into Allen. That's complete. And the Bears are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Off the play fake. Cash feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. The safety, Antoine Winfield, got in there that time. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Open man, he finds Komet. Touchdown, Chicago.
A great play there. His third touchdown of the game and fifth on the year.
And the Bears are on their way to a 2-0 start. So, Charles, they are well on their way to it. The Chicago offense set to get started. You just kind of feel for the defense right now. This deficit, they have not been able to stop them the entire game, Charles. And some hands on hips, some long faces out there on the defensive side. Oh, they're like, oh, my gosh, we got to face these guys again here.
Yeah, people don't understand how hard it is when you're on the side that's being dominated to keep your head up and continue to play hard. And that's what they're going through right now, trying to find that pride inside of them to allow them to continue to fight, even though they are down huge in this game.
On first down, Cash.
And, oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground, incomplete.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete. Well, big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but, Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to turn them down. They're going to...
And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. Touchdown, Chicago. DJ Moore. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year.
And the Bears add 6 more to their point total, and they're on cruise control right now here in the fourth. So still throwing here in the fourth quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us.
Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Off play action. Cash. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. But he wasn't really big on that. He was big on go ahead and scoring. He's kind of reincarnated right.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Off the play fake. Cash. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
To throw on third down. Cash.
Open man is Komet, the tight end.
And they'll get him down 2 yards shy after a pickup of 8. 4th and 2. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. Off play action. Cash. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down. Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. Off the play fake. Cash.
Looking deep here for Mooney. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
3rd down, Dalvin Cook. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for the Bears, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll have another road date next week with the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Tampa.
Breaking the hearts and breaking the rules. 10 out of 10, I'm feeling like 2. I ain't tripping, this is easy. Got 'em excited to meet me. I got diamonds, you got CZs. Wake up, get to it, and repeat. Hey, I ain't hearing nothing haters say. Let 'em talk about us. My whole crew is about 100 deep. Gotta walk around us. I kill it and then I walk away. Put the chalk around it. I just get low key and watch them talk about it. Every week I got a mission to get it. Hop on a flight and then finish in business. I'm sitting in business. Just look at the ticket. A traveling man. I'm switching to pivot. Why would I talk about it when I live it? I know that you live it. I know that you mad. Putting up numbers and flipping the digits again and again and again. Well, you get it. Elevating and joining the saga. Better play, give me more than dollars. Still on the grind, ahead of my time. My yesterdays are yo manana. Took the Hawaii to bust out the haka. I bust out the haka. I bust out the when it's nothing to do. Never been having, you know that it's true. Haters are crying me a river like ooh. Breaking the hearts and breaking the rules. 10 out of 10, I'm feeling like 2. I ain't tripping, this is easy. Got 'em excited to meet me. I got diamonds, you got CZs. Wake up, get to it, and repeat. Hey, I ain't hearing nothing haters say.
Ready, break! Today, from GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, it's Week 3 of the NFL on EA Sports.
So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And trotting out there, a guy who's established himself as a veteran in this league, now in his 5th year at quarterback.
And what a start to the season he's had. 10 touchdowns through the first 2 weeks. Now, we won't start playing the game of what kind of pace is he on, because it is a long year. But at the very least, he's got to be the front runner for NFL Offensive Player of the Month for September.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
There are the numbers for Cook from a week ago. 11 carries, 83 yards, and a touchdown.
A key component of his team's offense. He will certainly stay in that role if he keeps producing like this each week. Expect him to make a run at not only matching, but exceeding those numbers as this one goes on.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down for the Bears, a gain of 15. Operating from the gun, Cash.
That's complete right side to Komet. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be second down. Operating from the gun, Cash. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
That is caught, and he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Instead of a 3rd and 1 run, they go pass, and they get 12 yards out of it. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a throw here, hauled in, and he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his 3rd completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And a top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc.
He rifles complete, caught by Moore. Touchdown! DJ Moore, his 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Bears are on the board first here on the road in Kansas City.
Well, these guys scored touchdown after touchdown in that win a week ago. So how do they come out this week? Same way. They've got that momentum going, a touchdown on the opening drive.
I think it's safe to say that they're in a groove.
Out is their quarterback with this offense to take over once more. He hit on all 6 of his passes on that opening drive, including the final throw for a touchdown, as his guys start here 1st and 10.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here's Cook again. We'll get this to about the 38.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Cash looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Moore. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down.
Back to throw. Cash.
Pass taken in by Komet.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 46. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
The Bears at 2-0 here to begin the season, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been...
Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure that his team sees him as confident. Continue to try and up his game, but just let him know, hey, if I'm around, if I'm the one calling signals and throwing the football, just follow me, we'll get there. Sometimes that will do more to elevate a team than anything else.
See if he has that confidence. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. Looking to throw. Cash. He's got it complete to Aguilar. Touchdown Bears. Nelson Aguilar. 54 yards.
And the Bears have retaken the lead. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation.
Their quarterback in this offense heading back out to the field. He had the touchdown pass on the last drive, his second.
Throwing to start the drive. Cash. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Back to throw. Cash. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
And the Chiefs are going to get him. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there.
But that's what they have to do more defensively, not just getting sacks. We have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. Yeah, almost, but not quite. Needed 10, he got 9. Fourth down. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. And he's been... A final shot before break. Cash.
Looks for the out route, and it's complete to Komet.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
So a look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the third quarter.
So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half.
And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just there, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other. That is one heck of a catch right there. Got his eye on it the whole way and able to make the grab one-handed. Very nicely done, and for a nice chunk of yardage, too.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 49-yard line. He finds his man, complete. That's Moore. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Bears on the move. They've got another first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space.
Touchdown! DJ Moore with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year.
And the Bears have retaken a 3rd quarter lead. So a very strong first drive in this second half, Charles, as they've turned that halftime deficit into a 3rd quarter lead.
Onto the field now come the Bears. Throwing on first down. Cash. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run.
He's still on his feet.
And he's finally down at the 21-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 54 yards.
All came together for the offense on that one. A short throw that turned into a nice pickup. Big-time yardage downfield, and as a defender, against that type of a route, you better take the proper angles. Otherwise, that's the end result. You give up a big chunk of yardage to the offense.
They run the option here on 1st and 10.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. Looking to throw. Cash.
Throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. He finds his man. Complete. It's Moore. Just a gain of a couple there. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Chiefs defense comes up with a... The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. On 1st and 10, Cash. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Moore. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 48-yard line. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
They come up now on 2nd and 2.
And his throw here is going to be incomplete. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. They'll look to throw again. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. So now the Bears down by 11, 34 seconds to go. Throwing to start the drive. Cash
able to find Kmet. And he'll have a first down here up past the 30, but he's brought down in bounds.
On 1st down, Cash.
And again, back to Komet. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing.
Let's go.
All right, this is for all the marbles. This is for gold.
Today, from Soldier Field in Chicago, it's Week 4 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Chicago Bears taking on the Denver Broncos.
They say summer is the time to live in Chicago. Well, that's extended into autumn as we are ready to roll under blue skies at Soldier Field. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here, as it'll be the Denver Broncos taking on the Chicago Bears. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And leading them out is their 5th-year quarterback.
And he's been playing at an elite level here in this early half of the season. Tops in the league in touchdown passes at this point. This is definitely a wide-open offense, and we'll see if he can keep his string of good games going right here.
They'll start by running the option to the right. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down. Back to throw. Cash. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Moore. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A check on the numbers by Moore last week. Comfortably up over 100 yards when cruising past that number, and 2 touchdowns.
How'd you like to be the D coordinator this week? He watched that game last week, and I know his first thought was, we have to find a way to take him out of the game plan. We cannot let him do that to us.
The Bears at 2-1 now to start the campaign, and they were looking good until last week's loss took them from the ranks of the unbeaten.
Yeah, I don't think anyone was expecting this team to push the 72 Dolphins, but still, you got to take a lot of positives from this first month. They can bounce back and move to 3-1. They'll be pretty well set up for the remainder of the season to follow.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Back to throw again. He's going to look deep for more. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Operating from the gun. Cash looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. That's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Throwing to start the drive. Cash. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Komet. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Looking to throw. Cash. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Back to throw. Cash. Over the middle, complete. That's Moore. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's second down.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. That he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Back in Chicago, ready for the second quarter. It's the Bears in possession. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some...
The Chicago offense set to get started. They've probably got some adjustments to make because they've moved the football okay at times, but they haven't been able to get anything consistently go. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Operating from the gun. Cash. He'll fire deep, looking for more. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers.
Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. DJ Moore, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bears have come back to make it a 2-point game.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to.
Their quarterback leading this offense back out. On the previous drive, he was able to... Throwing to start the drive. Cash. He finds his man. Complete. That's Moore. Will go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make it second down. Operating from the gun. Cash. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
And this is incomplete. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And he whips that one incomplete there.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 37. Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
And that nearly trouble, but it's incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it, and it'll be second down. That ball nearly intercepted. The rookie had his hands on it, but couldn't pull it in.
It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. He finds his man, complete. It's Moore. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. The final shot before break. Cash. And he rifles one incomplete. So we come upon halftime with the visiting Broncos taking the lead to the locker room as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. Defensively, they were in the 3-4, and that O-line just dominated the D-line there.
Let's go with a verbal telestrator here because that D-line has a nose over the center, and it has the 2 defensive ends over the offensive tackles. That means the guards don't have anyone over the top of them. That creates a natural bubble inside where they sprint upfield, take on the inside linebackers, and if the back hits it fast enough, there should be space to run.
That to the sideline, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Justin Simmons.
And the Broncos are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. The Chicago offense set to get started. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the third quarter.
Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is second down.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
Here's 2nd and 7.
Looking to throw.
Cash. Finding Moore on the out route for the completion.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That'll put him right at 99 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 48-yard line.
Oh, look at the catch there by Moore. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. Throwing on first down. Cash. That's complete to Mooney. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Now we got 3rd and goal coming up, and couldn't you imagine being in that huddle, partner? You know they're looking at each other saying, we can't come away with just 3 points after this drive.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the Broncos are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most... Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And the interception that ended their previous drive, that might be one we look back on and say that was the turning point of this game.
Hey, partner, guess what? There's still time for a few more turning points in this ball game. They're only 1 score down.
Yeah, true. We could have some twists and turns. Stay tuned. Complete on the quick throw to Moore. And they work this out past the 25. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. Off play action. Cash. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Last play, they went over 20 yards. This time, they topped 30.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Cash. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. It was Frank Clark that time who got in there to bring him down. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's got the hook up here. That's Mooney. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. How about that? They weathered the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
On 1st and 10, Cash swinging this out wide here for Cook. Able to push his way through. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
And that's a much-needed first down right there. Look, they're down by 8. So logic says they don't have to get a touchdown out of this drive. But the way things are going, I don't know if I'd put it in the hands of my defense here. You might not get the ball back at all. So if a 4th down situation comes up, I'm thinking hard about going for it right here and right now.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted.
An incomplete pass on first down. Here's second and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw.
And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a fourth pick of the ball game.
Oh, this defense knows. Fourth quarter, they need to make a play. That one was ripe for the taking. Could have changed the complexion of the ball game, but it winds up incomplete.
So a big one coming now for Cairo Santos. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Santos' kick is up and through, and that'll get the lead down to 5. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Their defense accomplished step one of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to... Throwing to start the drive. Cash looking for the out route, and he's got more. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. On first down, Cash.
And there's a short throw. It's caught by Komet.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
This offense in good shape. 2 timeouts and the 2-minute warning. Here's first and 10.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back.
Here's first and 10.
They'll look to throw.
Targeting Moore, and he's got him on the crossing pattern.
And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. He'll look to throw.
And oh, that one nearly intercepted. That would have sealed it. Instead, it'll be second down.
Back to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So he's unable to complete it.
And I believe the referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this call, and it's certainly a big one here late in a tight game. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the officials saw as this play will stand as is.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Here's a big one. It's 4th and goal.
Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on, and it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Justin Simmons.
And the Broncos have just about sewn up this football game.
Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason.
So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it?
tonight.
So here are the Bears now for their opening drive.
Tonight, from FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland, it's Week 5 of the NFL on EA Sports.
So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. Throwing to start the drive. Cash. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Off play action. Cash. High throw, but he makes the catch. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for Chicago. Back to throw. Cash. That pass complete to Moore. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The numbers for Moore last week. I asked him before the game, did you know that you were close to 200 last week? He said, oh, yeah, I knew I was right on the doorstep, just short of it, but a touchdown as well. Heck of a game.
I like that he was honest with you because they always know. They keep track in their head. They understand their yardage. But how'd you like to be the defense this week? This was a week of open field tackling practice because you know he's going to get his catches. The key is to limit him after the catch, put him on the ground. Our
game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. 1st and 10 right at the 20. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Looking to throw. Cash. Touchdown, Bears. Cole Kmet His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bears will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight.
With these Thursday night games, sometimes you get those quick turnarounds. You wonder how a team's going to start. They started really well.
Everyone's always wondering, going into a Thursday night game, who has their legs, who has the overall health of a team. But mentally, if you get that early edge, the other team might think to itself, it's been a short week. We're not really ready to go.
He notched his 15th touchdown pass of the year on that last drive. And they'll look to keep it going here, 1st and 10. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down.
Throwing again. Cash. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Darnell Mooney, the target there.
And that'll make it 3rd down.
You talk about this Washington defense.
This crew against the pass, issues at times, ranked number 24, Charles, in the NFL.
And the easy thought process is that stopping the run is the least of their problems because they're facing the number 1 passing team in the NFL. But if they don't stop the run...
There he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but they're losing. And I think as the captain of the offense, you probably always feel like you need to do more in that situation.
The best have always felt that way, and they won't settle for anything less. So right now, his goal is to increase what he's doing on the field, try to make sure his teammates come along with him, and he feels like if I do better...
And shutting him off, now open field. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a 1st down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Back to throw. Cash.
And that nearly trouble, but it's incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it, and it'll be 2nd down.
To throw again. Cash. And here is a leaping catch. He pulled it in.
And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 34-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
A throw over the middle taken in. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Not a great season for the Bears passing game, which ranked last in the league. A very solid year by Kmet. Established himself as a dependable target at tight end and led Chicago in yards and touchdowns.
And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now.
Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a 2nd defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up.
He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
They'll run for it. Cook. Oh, a good move at the 5. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. Deep in the red zone, seemed like they had their mind made up that that was 4-down territory, and now they've got it inside the 5.
I like the way you looked at that because you're thinking just like a play caller and a head coach who gave the play caller that authority. It was 4-down territory. They went for it, picked it up. They didn't get the touchdown, but what a great consolation prize. A new set of downs and another shot at the end zone.
Open man, he finds Kmet. Touchdown, Chicago.
A great effort there. A beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And the Bears are once again back in front. Out is their quarterback with this offense to take over once more. He already with a...
Throwing to start the drive. Cash.
And that nearly intercepted. Well, the free safety rolling into position almost had it, but it's second down.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Throwing on 1st down. Cash. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Chicago.
Darnell Mooney,
His first touchdown on the year.
and the Bears will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. That could be an important swing right there, a touchdown in the final minute of the half to take the lead.
And I like the point you just made there. Could be an important swing because now that they have the lead, if they can carry that into the locker room at the half, they'll feel really good about what they accomplished in the first 2 quarters.
Their quarterback in this offense heading back out to the field. He threw a touchdown pass.
Throwing to start the drive. Cash.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Cash.
And that would get a wind up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. 3rd down coming up. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. And it's caught. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Cash. Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown.
Darnell Mooney.
As the first half is winding down.
And the Bears would extend their lead here just before halftime. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice.
So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half.
But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp. As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
Now this throw caught left side. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It's another first down as this time they get an even 20.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in a defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to throw. Cash. There's a short throw. It's caught by Komet. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Another nice gain. 16 yards there and a first down again. Looking to throw. Cash. And a quick throw here. That's complete. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Here's a 2nd and 5. Operating from the gun. Cash. A throw left side taken in by Komet. So the completion good for just 3. And they're going to have a third down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Touchdown! DJ Moore. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And they are able to add on to their advantage. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the third quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is lets you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. How do you think he personally is evaluating his game so far? He was pretty good in the first half, been good so far here in the third quarter. He's got to like it, right? Throwing to start the drive. Cash. Quick slant, caught by Moore. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. That catch puts him right at 100 yards receiving now, and it also gives him a first down. Back to throw. Cash. Again, he finds Moore. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. And a nice gain of 21 yards. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. He finds his man complete. That's Moore. Now a timeout called for by the offense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. In motion, Aguilar. Now a play fake here on first down. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this third quarter of play. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Looking to throw. Cash. He finds his man complete. It's Moore. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. And this will be caught by Mooney. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. Quite the turnaround from a week ago where he threw 4 interceptions. He hasn't had an interception this game, and he told us during the week, my goal, goose egg. He's achieving that so far.
And what we're seeing is a guy that you can win with, all right? Because anyone who can make that type of an adjustment and shake off a really horrendous week the week before and come back and play mistake-free football to this point, yeah, that's a guy I want to play with, that's for sure.
So just 3 yards on the completion there, and it'll be second down. Back to throw. Cash toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. They got the win last week despite not having any interceptions. Tried to come up with one there, could not. But there's a stat category called PBU, pass breakup. That's important too, and they got one.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because at least you're there, knocking the ball away. Offense isn't possessing it, making plays downfield. And you just continue to harass the receivers, harass the quarterback, and maybe...
So here are the Bears to take over on offense. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. Throwing to start the drive. Cash completes a Mooney on the slant. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
To throw on second down. Cash.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
And firing a deep ball for Komet. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. They work again from the 38 on second and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Looking to throw. Cash. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun. Cash. And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete. It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9. And they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. On 4th down, Cash. Completes it to Aguilar. He cannot wiggle free. They stop him at the line on 4th down. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And this 10-play drive winds up yield. The Bears offense ready to get going again. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
He's back to throw. Leaping, and he makes the grab.
Look at the big man rumble.
And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages. They had just given up the lead, and they get it right back.
Yeah, how about that? Answered quickly. Got right back to it. And look, long drives have their place. We know that. They can wear teams down. But when you hit them with big plays like that, that can really be a shot to them. A big-time one.
Yeah, one play, but now your defense is probably saying, man, we could have used a little more rest over here. Now the Bears keeping the offense on the field and going for two.
Cook, they'll try and run it.
And he will get into the end zone for the 2 points, and that helps. That gives them a 7-point lead. And so they run it in on the 2-point try. You know, so often, Charles, we talk about from the offense's perspective what you do on the 2-point conversion. How about the defense? How do they play run versus pass?
It's really difficult for them because I think most teams want to play for the pass. That's what they see most teams do. And so are you able to mass enough people inside if the team decides to run it? Very difficult. I think what you're seeing a lot more now, people blitzing the 2-point conversion. They want you to make a quick decision and make it right now.
The Bears offense out there set and ready to go.
And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be...
We've got to have two hands on the football here as they run on first down.
And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to a one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see.
today. From Soldier Field in Chicago, it's Week 6 of the...
So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And a look here at their signal caller, the fifth-year caller. On 1st and 10, Cash. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A check on the numbers by Moore last week. 10 catches, 136 yards, and a touchdown.
This defense is ranked near the bottom of the league against the pass. You get the sense that he feels like if he gets covered on any call, he's going to be upset. He thinks he should be open on every snap in this game.
Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. On 1st down, Cash. This one complete to Tunyon underneath. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Off the play fake, Cash. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The Bears on the move. They've got another 1st down. Operating from the gun, Cash. There's Mooney with another catch. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Back to throw, Cash. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Touchdown Bears! Nelson Aguilar. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead.
An excellent, long, sustained offensive drive.
Their quarterback leading this offense back out. He had the short touchdown pass on their previous drive, and they'll begin again here on 1st and 10. A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The Bears at 3-2, a game over 500 here to start the season. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 36. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Cash. Oh, Mooney, what a catch. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Viking 16. Throwing on 1st down, Cash finds Komet on the quick slant. And the Bears are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. So an incomplete pass a moment ago, and that leads to 2nd and goal. Yeah, he's got Mooney in the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Bears are able to extend their lead. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles. Out is their quarterback with this offense to take over once more. He's thrown touchdown passes on his last 2 drives as he begins here, 1st and 10.
The throw on the quick slant going to be complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
In motion, Aguilar.
They go play action here on 1st down.
Open man is Kmet, the tight end.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Big gains in succession. Last one was over 20. This one over 30.
I think this defense was still trying to recover from that last play, so you wonder if they were ready for this one. You have to imagine their defensive coaches are yelling at them to get focused, because if they don't, more plays like that will result in giving up points.
Flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Well, he's been the guy, already over 100 yards here in the 1st half. Could have had a lot more if he would have been able to haul that one in.
In fact, our statistician Marvin was already handing me a piece of paper with that yardage totaled on it. He thought that catch was going to happen just as you and I did as well.
And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Starting to rack up the yardage here in this 1st half. 5 catches now and a 1st down.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
They'll run with Cook. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the 1st battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Cash.
And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
The way he's been slinging it in the 1st half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's going to have to wait to try and pick up that 3rd, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a 2nd, but you're right, not to be. This will be caught at about the 5. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. They've got the lead. He's a big... Throwing to start the drive. Cash.
That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
He hits Mooney going across the middle. And they'll get to him right away as he's taken down right there at the 44.
7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
But he's turning in a nice performance. Remember, he had the touchdown earlier, and this time he's able to beat double coverage to grab it.
I think that if he weren't worried about a taunting penalty, he'd run by the opposing team's bench and say, guys, 2's not going to be enough. You better get some more guys trying to cover me. He knows how to get open downfield.
And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
Those are the ones you dream of as defenders. I think if he gets eyes on the ball a little bit earlier, he might come away with it. Instead, it's going to wind up as just an incomplete pass.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 36.
A good pickup there of 20 yards.
So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Looking left side, and it's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
They'll look to throw again. This is caught. Touchdown.
Cole Kmet as the first half is winding down. And the Bears would extend their lead here just before halftime. So here are the Bears to take over on offense. They got the victory last week. That was against Washington, and now they lead this ball game as well. Set to go here, 1st and 10. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd and 2, Cash. That is caught. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a first.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 17 more yards. They had 17 on the previous snap as well. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Now a throw here hauled in. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down. Back to throw again. Locates Mooney on the out route. And Mooney going to have a Bears first down as he takes it down to the 20-yard line. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. On the throw led him too much that time. It's incomplete. I'm glad you're with us from Soldier Field in Chicago. 3rd quarter here, 2nd and 10. That is caught inside the 5. And the Bears are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. Looking to throw. Cash to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better, 2 weeks in a row? You have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage, after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the third quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your coach? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
Well, that's what he's done here in this one so far. On 1st and 10, Cash. Oh, that one sailed a bit, but the catch is still made. 24 yards the gain there, another first down as well.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the third quarter. Back now at Soldier Field. On 1st down, Cash. It's Bears football here. They also have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. So the completion good for 7 there, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Off the bootleg, Cash. And he's got it. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Off play action. Cash. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said...
The Chicago offense set to get started. Big stop on the turnover on downs to get the football back, and now it's just all about salting this one away.
Yeah, just slowly bleed the clock away. Clock's definitely on your side. And, you know, when we talk about analytics in the game, what is this one? The advanced win metrics? Because if you take care of the football here, bleed the clock down, what are they, about 95% chance of winning?
Yeah, I'd say 95 or better. And I know you always say it, every coach does. It's just protecting the football at this point.
And knowing that the defensive guys, they're coming after the ball more than they are the person. They want to knock it free.
Over the middle, and that's caught by Komet. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for Chicago.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. First down, here's the run with Cook. Oh, what a move. A little second effort there on the strong run. And then drop just inside of the 20. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And this is caught at the 8. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Cook will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2. And now right out of the 2-minute break,
We'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They try again with Cook. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They're knocking on the door as they come to the line here on 3rd and goal from the 1. And this time he is in. Dalvin Cook, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bears have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. So the 2nd down run didn't work. They run it again on 3rd down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now there's one timeout remaining defensively. Throwing to start the drive. Cash. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
On 2nd down, Cook. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. And they will take a knee here. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defense.
be on my own hype, man. Yeah. Run it back, 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 ooh, run it back, run it back, run it back, run it back. About this time, take a photograph. Run it back with the total runs. Run it back when I total run. I'll be back like another van. Ultra, ultra, ultra fast. I ain't with the motor dash. Run it back, I'm running back. Face back with the shoulder pads.
Run it back, what's your back? You think I want it clean, but I like it black. Bobby act and run it back, and you see how I act. But then I laugh, feel it like a fatal heart attack. I die for that. I don't stress about it, I think less without it. I'm a cut at anything that's in my psyche. Feeling myself high key, running back, let me have it back. I'm a cut at anything that's in my psyche. Feeling myself high key.
Yes, like that, like that, like that. Solo might be right back, right back, right back. Oh yes, like that, like that, like that. I told him I'd be right back, right back, right back.
Run it back, run it back. Told him put the money in the bag, double that. Run it back, run it back. Told him put the money in the bag, double that, double that.
Run it back, run it back.
Run it, run it, run it back, run it back, run it, run it, run it back, run it back, run it, run it, run it back, run it back.
Run it back, 100 stack in the truck with his fire tag. Pump the gas, run into the future. Past, I'm done with that. But if I need you, then I'm coming back.